I'm going to share with you some unfiltered truths about living in Singapore as an expat. I'm Bella, I'm from Taiwan. I have lived in Singapore for 12 years and I worked 5 years there on the employment visa. I'm not here to stop you making your decision, but I really hope that my video will give you some insights to assess the hidden risk and then the hidden cost about move to Singapore as expat. So first, let's talk about what's good about Singapore. In my opinion, Singapore is the best country to live and work in Asia because Singapore is favor overseas investment. So there's a lot of international company move to Singapore, which provides a lot of job opportunities. And of course, you can just speak English there. Another good thing about Singapore is that the tax is really low. When I was working there, I don't even feel the tax. The country is small, it's like a big city. It's very organized and efficient. Also, it's super convenient with all the public transportation. There are all aircon under this tropical weather. So another thing that I really love about Singapore is their hawker center culture. I feel like the lifestyle in Singapore was revolved around food. Imagine you earn a few thousand per month and you can spend maybe $5 or below to get a full meal with rice, vegetable, and meat, which is great. And the environment is like multicultural, so there's a lot of different food, Malay food, Indian food, Chinese food, like you can always find something new there. And in Singapore, people also really care about fitness. So you can always see people like running or cycling. They have a very beautiful park lane that connect the whole Singapore. My favorite routine is to ride a bike to the East Coast Park. It's really beautiful, and also there's a hawker center there. You can have some like grilled prawn, grilled fish, and things like that. Another cool thing about Singapore is their Changi Airport. It is the best airport in the world. So every time I arrive to Singapore, I feel like a VIP. And also you can meet a lot of different people from different countries in Singapore. I think it's really fun to have that cultural exchange. And these are the things that I wouldn't experience if I stay in my home country. Now let's talk about the hidden cost and risk as an expat in Singapore. Working overtime in Singapore is a norm. So most of the people, they still have to respond to work message on weekend or like off hours. And Singapore work environment is very competitive. They even have a special word to describe this. It's called Kiasu. It means that I'm so scared of losing. Then your boss might think that, oh, I don't want to lose. I want to be the top one project in the company. Let's work. Give me more. The rent in Singapore is such the pain in the In the past 12 years in Singapore, I could only afford a single bedroom. That I always have to share bathroom, kitchen, and living room with some other flatmates. And this kind of single bedroom costs from 1,000 Sing to 1,005. If you want a master bedroom, it could cost around 2,000. And if you want a studio or a 2-bedroom apartment by yourself, it starts from 3,000 per month. For me, I never have a place in Singapore that I feel like I could call it home. It always feel like I'm living in a hotel or like a student dorm kind of feeling. As an expat in Singapore, you must have a job to keep your visa. If you lose your job, you must leave. Also, during my 5-year employment in Singapore, I saw a lot of government change of employment visa law, which means that they could change the criteria over years and you could lose your visa because you didn't meet the new criteria. So now let's talk about the different types of employment visa in Singapore. The difference between these visa is mostly the minimum salary required. For WP, the salary requirement is very low. It's mostly for domestic helpers. With this visa, there's a lot of restriction like you cannot get pregnant, and also you have to come from some certain country in order to get this type of visa. And then it's SP. But this type of visa is such a fairy tale. Each company have very limited SP quota to hire foreigner with this range of salary. And about the EP, it's mostly for highly skilled worker. When I started my career in the beginning of 2018, the salary requirement for EP is about like 4,000, 4,005, and then it goes to 6,000, and then in 2023 it was 7,000 something for me, and then the last year it came to 8,500, and only SP and EP are eligible for applying a Singapore permanent residency. So it's very obvious that Singapore wants only highly skilled, high value individual to move to Singapore for work. During my 5 year of employment, I didn't have the luck to get SP, so I was stuck in WP. And I was fighting my way to get an EP, but then I got laid off, so I didn't have the opportunity to apply for Singapore PR. And as far as I know, now EP have even more strict criteria to meet, such as which industry you are in, what is your qualification and education, and does Singapore need this kind of professionals now? As you get older, the minimum salary will increase. But please go and check with your recruiter or HR because I really don't care about this anymore. It made me so stressful in the past few years to chase after this criteria. And I even feel like my personal value is built on this EP criteria. Just talking about this visa criteria, I think I grow another white hair already. So if your current contract just meet the minimum salary of any type of visa, be careful because maybe in another year they will increase another 500 or 1,000 and then you will lose your visa. And if you already get SP or EP, then congratulations. I suggest you to apply for Singapore PR as soon as possible. But this is another hole because the PR application process is never transparent. You might get it within one application, or you might get it after 5 years with five different applications, or maybe after 10 years, you still not getting your Singapore PR. And during this waiting time, you must keep your job. You cannot get fired and you have to wait. The only way to guarantee you to get a Singapore PR is by marrying a Singaporean or Singapore PR. And as the result, people comes and go. So I was there for 12 years, but yeah, my friends are now everywhere around the globe. Maybe only 10% of them are still in Singapore. So why I left Singapore, as I mentioned, I didn't get the opportunity to apply for Singapore PR. And I spent 6 months finding a new job in Singapore. Actually, I got a lot of interview opportunity, even from S&P 500 companies. However, as they knew I'm a foreigner, I'm a Taiwanese, 90% of them already rejected me. And one of the recruiter ladies, she was so kind. She tells me that it is unlikely for a company to hire a foreigner now, even you meet the EP criteria. It takes the company 2 months of the time to put the job on a Singapore recruitment website. Then the company has to tell the government that after 2 months, there's no suitable Singaporean can fit this job. That's why I need this foreigner to be my employee. And it takes maybe another 1 to 2 months for your EP application to be approved. Like, who has the 4 months time for you? Unless like you are great talent or you are transferring from the other headquarters to Singapore. So after 6 months, I got a job offer. They tried to have me in their Singapore company, but yeah, they couldn't get me the visa. I decided to move to their headquarters in Germany. And now I'm already living in Germany for 8 months. The requirement of being a Singapore aspect is so unrealistic, and it's better for me to move on to another country. I feel very grateful for Singapore. If it's not because of this stressful visa situation, that I need to constantly prove that I'm a valuable individual in the company, that they should keep me, and pay for all the extra money to hire me, yes, the company need to pay extra tax if they want to hire a foreigner. So without this level of stress, I don't think I could unlock my true potential. If I could go back and change one thing about my life in Singapore, I would like to tell myself not to be so stressful at work. I need to accept that things cannot be controlled. There's always a chance that I might need to leave Singapore, but it's okay. It's completely okay. You are more resilient and stronger than you can ever imagine. Just don't be so stressful that makes you grow a lot of white hair and also like gain weight. Just really enjoy your life. Like if you're meant to be here, then you will stay. If you're not, there's something somewhere better for you to arrive. If you're interested in expat life content or travel content in Europe, please subscribe to my channel. I will upload more and more expat life in Germany and travel in Europe kind of content. And if you want to support my channel, please click the like button below. And why I moved to Germany. One thing was because of the offer. The second thing is that I could get a blue card, which allows me to apply for German permanent residency after 21 months of paying tax. And the process is completely transparent. You can get the German PR without any issue. Last but not least, I want to share the lesson that I've learned during my experience living in Singapore. Be brave to accept challenges and always be ready for changes. And assess the hidden risk. And make sure you have enough saving before you move to a new country because there's a lot of changes. And you're not in your own country, so things are gonna be more complicated. I hope you find that this video is helpful. If you have any question about living in Singapore or how to move to Germany as expat, please leave your question in a comment below.